tea time on true crime. Mugs up, pull that seat right out. You need to tune in, lean in close. We're about to sort this out. So much ish to puzzle through. Whispers, rumors, tangled doubt. Come with me, we'll walk it back till every truth steps out. Crimes and lies and alibis. Spill the story, sip that hint. Come have tea with me tonight. We'll find the cracks in every print. Crimes and lies and alibis. Pour it slow, let's chase that scent. Come have tea with me, alright. You get a hint, you get a hint, oh yeah. You get a hint. Oh yeah. Timeline scribbled on a napkin. Name circling like steam. Motive hiding in the margins. Right between the scenes. Every side has got a secret. Every secret leaves a trace. Stay a while, we'll piece it together. Case by case by case. Crimes and lies and alibis. Spill the story, sip that hint. Come have tea with me tonight. We'll find the cracks in every print. Crimes and lies and alibis. Pour slow, let's chase that scent. Come have tea with me, alright. You get a hint, you get a hint.
Hello. Welcome back, everyone. 7:40, Sunday night with shenanigans. It is July the 26th, and I think it's been at least a week since I've seen you all. Oh, brace yourselves. This will not be for children. I will try to limit my swearing. No guarantees. I've got a packed show for you guys tonight, and it's gonna be spicy. So I hope you poured yourself a drink, smoked your cigarettes, although I will be taking a little sneaky intermission because, well, you know, there's a lot to cover and there's a lot of things to discuss, and some people are going to not be very happy after this live, and I don't care. I'm getting messages, but I'm going to say hello to everyone. Nurse was the first one in the chat. I have questions, says this is going to be spicy. It is. Your ring's going to sting after this one. Misty Mountains, thank you for being here. Always a pleasure. Never a pain. Callie OG, can't wait for the tea. Lots of tea tonight. Mr. Hemi, are you allowed in here? Have you been relinquished from your duties for the evening to come and see me? Well, I appreciate it. Liz, Nova Scotia Strong, hello. Denise Bennett, good to see you. You might want to edit the name because there's no chow mein in this chat. You're doing good. Thanks for asking, Misty Mountains. That's great. Hemi's in the stinkweed. Awesome. Okay. Melissa McPhee, hello. Good to see you. Cool J17. I'm fired up. Not going to lie. Obviously, I know what's been going on in the background for the last little while, and I think you'll notice my name along the bottom here. Seems as though people are having a real hard time figuring out what my name is. But hey, come and visit me in Miragamesh. That's for you, Scott. Got a present for you. Can't wait to see you. Artemisia Sage, good to see you, T. Oh, that's a valid question. You know, often when one person is pointing a finger, there's all of these other ones pointing back, so you never know. Drone Grid, thank you for being here, Damien. Always a pleasure, sometimes a pain. One moment, please. No, I am not naked. I have a dress on. Y'all wish I was, though, because I'd be on the next Moss video, you know. Got to change it up a bit for the Leo's list. Let's play 6 Degrees of Separation, right? Yeah. Everything leads back to Kevin Bacon. Yeah. Just Janie, good to see you. Daisy May, hello. All right. Anne Marie Taylor, good to see you. Burrito Pera, good to see you. Camilla, good to see you. There's my sister wife. And I shall mention that the whole reason why I came up with the sister wife thing was because, Scott decided to call us the Scissor Sisters. So, might as well get married. I'm not into fornication. Jeez. And everybody gets so bent up and bent out of shape. I don't know why. Somebody had a loss. Daisy May, I am sorry, sending you some virtual love. Tammy became a new member. I think she renewed her membership. Thanks for doing that. Share Cares, Danielle Fisher. Yeah. Well, Monsters of Sabotage and Monsters of Chaos can't come up with their own content other than lies and me. So I suspect there'll be a new video tomorrow, but who cares? If all you can talk about is me and make up bullshit, then, so be it. I thought you guys were supposed to be better than everyone else. Doesn't appear that way. Doesn't appear that way at all. Sue Oilers is spending another day on the couch. Well, sorry to hear that. Share Cares sent 2 jewels. Thank you. Drone Grid gifted 5 Tea Time on True Crime memberships. Awesome. I should go and lurk and see who got them. Make sure you say thank you to Damien for your membership. Shy sent 10 jewels. Lori, Nova Scotia Strong, good to see you. Hope you're feeling better. You've got your vape and your coffee. I can't find my vape. I'm a little devastated. I'm not gonna lie. But I can never find anything, so no surprise there. Yeah, Wolfie's probably watching, Yeah. He's right up Scott Priestap's rectum lately. He's probably trying to get back in his good books and compare dinky cars. But I'm not into dinky cars. I'm into monster trucks. So that's probably why they're so pissed off at me. Poor little babies. Don't have anywhere to park their little dinky cars. Nobody wants to offer up their little garages because they're narcissistic little fucking bastards. Oh, I feel really sorry for them. Yeah, you better get your earphones so the grandkids don't hear the spice. Yeah. Scott is a little weasel. He is, as I've mentioned before, the epitome of a tragedy pimp. It's not his first rodeo. Him and several other creators have gotten in a little trouble in the past for pointing fingers and saying things. But as I'm new to the true crime world on YouTube, I wasn't quite aware what I was getting into. Had I known, I would have avoided some people like the plague that they are. Sea Legal Canada, good to see you. Back from Hamburg, Berlin, and Amsterdam. Ooh, that's quite the trip. Colonel Mustard, Scotia Leo, Shelley, good to see you. Good to see you indeed. Shalana Lama. I wonder who that could be. The idiot can't even get my name right. Yeah, we're going to address that. And some of the other bullshit that Scott seems to put out for his 20,000 subscribers, that about 18,000 are the bot farm that he bought because he's got less viewers than me. And I only just reached my 1,500 subscribers the other day. So thank you all for doing that. I didn't think I would make it past 500, but maybe that's what's eating into other people's apples. Maybe they're just a little sassy because they have to buy bot farms and they still don't get the viewership. It's a real shame. I feel for them. Yeah, it does kind of have a nice ring to it, though. I'm going to remove that so everybody can see my not name. Anthony, good to see you. I think I'm getting down to the bottom here. Chris M, long time no see. Welcome in. Odessa, good to see you. Shelly, you hope they feature you again. Yeah, they got to protect their own, even though they're not a crew and they work independently and not together. We'll see how well that works out with the audio I play shortly and see if they can stand by their stories after this. Cindy Sperry, good to see you. Paul Quinn, Gaspé Gal, Sandy. Well, thank you. I try. I try. I try to squash the untruths out there, but unfortunately they come out so quick it's hard to keep on top of it. Name. Any recommendations for oh nice. We have our first troll in the chats. Do I have any recommendations? Well, as you're asking, don't use your teeth. And goodbye. I want to have a vote. How many trolls do we think we'll get tonight? Because they're really going to want to not let me play my audio clips. But it's going to happen. No more Mrs. Nice Girl. Nay. Or Mrs. Nice Horse. Yeah. I shall turn into the jackass that you guys think I am. And I'm just going to do this so you guys can actually see I am wearing a dress and clothing because, yeah. Barb, Wolfie has his nose stuck in everyone's business only to cause trouble. Watched him on Wednesday. None of his business what Zach does in his life, especially his private life. Yeah, he's more concerned about whether Zach's going to find an apartment by a certain date than finding his own apartment. He's still living in his mama's basement, isn't he? I was wondering, actually, reminds me about Wolfie. How can you search and fly drones if you're off work for a sight disability? So you can't see to work, but you can see to search and fly drones and read. Just one of those things that popped into my mind. Sorry about that. Squirrel. Rati Mama, good to see you. Explore Core. Barb. Wolfie is a sick puppy. Yeah, he is. He is. He might need to be put down. I may or may not talk about the company that his family used for his polygraph on the Chomo charges. Anise Langille, who Scott Priestap is a balance. He's the one who has been inviting his viewers to contact him so that people can get my telephone number. And he's also encouraged others, all of his viewers actually, to get my telephone number and report me to CPS. That's all while smoking a joint in his home with his disabled daughter in the background. Another little grifter. Didn't you used to work for your daddy? Are you not working for daddy anymore? You just living off the government and YouTube contributions off the back of 2 missing children? Just check in. You sure do have a lot of time on your hands. Poor dinky car. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. So you think 6 trolls, 8 trolls, 5 trolls? Yeah. Well, there's already been one. There's already been one. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch watching. I can't believe that we've heard nothing from the police on these beautiful little babies. Jack and Lily, please come home. Yes, indeed. That's what we're here for. That is what we're here for. All right. Thank you for doxing someone, David, but you can't do that. So we're going to put that user in a timeout. Yeah, he may have. All right, I think I'm all caught up. So here's what I have on the agenda for today. So Cheryl and Malaya ever so graciously sent me some new pictures and video of Jack and Lily, so not seen before. I'm going to start out with that because I think it's important for everyone to remember why we're here and why I keep calling out the BS. It's because there is so much misinformation being pumped out there by some of these channels. It's disgusting. I don't even know at this point where they're getting this information from. Anita Maxwell, stop pulling information out of your rectum, please. Jamie, can you put something up there so she can stop pulling shit out of there and putting it online? Because basically that's all it is. We'll touch on Anita later. But the amount of stuff that she's put out is just unbelievable. I think between her and Darren Geddes, I think they'll be the first two to get obstruction of justice charges, and I cannot wait. So we will start with Jack and Lily pictures. Then I'm going to show, which is why one of the reasons why I said this won't be appropriate for children, is I'm going to show some pictures of Cheryl's accident that she got into on the ATV a few years back. Because Abe Balance thought that it would be really good to report her GoFundMe from when she was seriously injured and spent 6 weeks in the hospital. And is along with that trying to tie me into a Tracy Hoyt, who I am not related to. I don't even know who she is, and my last name is not Hoyt. But again, come and find Shannon Ramsey Hoyt in Mary Gamesh. I look forward to it, especially you, Scott. I would love for you to step foot in Nova Scotia, and there's a few others that would really, really like to meet you. But something tells me that because you have such a little dinky car that you don't have the courage to come over here. But if you do, you got my number. Give me a call. So, Cheryl's accident pics. We'll discuss the BS they're putting out about Brian Ward. We'll talk a bit about the search that happened over the weekend. I'm going to play some audio of Daleen. I'm going to play some audio from Chrissy. And I'm going to do a little update on a chomo, pervert, child molester, exploiter that lives in Caribou, right around the corner from our best friend, Kent Corbett. And wouldn't you know that they're friends on Facebook? What are the odds? What are the odds? Stephen Nelson will be showing your ad. We'll talk a bit about Darren Geddes. I'm going to play a bit of audio that's never been heard before. Bit about his wanting to take a little walk with Brad Wong. Gee, Durwood, you got big old balls on you. And we'll talk a bit about Trail Hiker and their BS. So yeah, let's get started. Let me get my files open. We are going to start off with some positivity before I burn the whole fucking house down. Bear with me a moment. Get your Kleenexes ready. Sorry, I've got like 47 windows open, so I'm going to play that again because I think it's important, again, for people to remember Jack and Lilly and why I get so upset that people are literally just using these two missing children as money-making material and throwing anyone and everyone under the bus they possibly can in order to make money for clicks and views. And if I hear one more person say like and share for Jack and Lilly, I might have to get in my car and take a friggin' drive. So one more time for those people in the back, Scott, you in London, what do you actually do for this case other than run your fucking ugly face online with your little hood up like you're some sort of gangster? You're not Snoop Dogg. You're a dog, though. You're a bitch. I'm muted, sorry. That's why I get really fired up, because nothing productive is coming from some of these people. Scott, nothing's coming positive from him. Absolutely nothing. He's a disgrace to humanity, as is Monsters of Sabotage and Monsters of Chaos. And it doesn't go unnoticed, Monsters of Sabotage, that you removed your videos about Charmaine claiming that she was a cocaine addict on the Mexican powder and that she was a piece of shit floating in the toilets going down. I guess you're all best buddies now. I wonder if there is a connection to the fact that all the people creating the most havoc are all out west and have connections to Alberta. Wolfie, Chrissy, Charmaine, Jess Bayard. You still working with Daleen, Jess? Just curious. Thank you for gifting out the memberships. I appreciate it. Ain't that the truth, boss man? I bet you'd like to shake Scott's hand. Yeah. I'm going to play that video again at the end because I want to remind you guys and myself why I subject myself to the bullshit that I do online day after day. All right. I'm going to ease into Cheryl's accident pictures. I'm going to discuss briefly the fact that there was a search that went yesterday. I don't know if I should say who it was for, so I won't. But it was disheartening because nothing was found like many of the searches. But it was an opportunity for Malaya to give back to the community. And I had a chance to talk to her about a few things while we were waiting. And I asked her point blank, did you ever send your children over to Brian Ward's place, the bus driver's place? Sorry, Brian, not trying to dox you, for sleepovers. And her response was, no, absolutely not. The children have never slept over at anyone's house other than her mother, Cindy's. Which is what I suspected anyway. I didn't even want to ask. However, I did for transparency. So all this shade that's being directed at Brian, who actually assisted in the search, is just another example of the disgusting behavior being put out there by some of these channels. So no, the children have never been to Brian Ward's place for a sleepover. And in fact, it would be against school board policy, and he'd likely be fired if he did. She didn't even want the children going to Margie and Ron's place. And I'm sure she especially wouldn't want them to now after some of the audio I'm going to play about Daniel's extended family. Because she can't even keep track of kids, Margie. She had a little story she put out on Facebook not long ago about how 2 children went missing on her watch, and she has a swimming pool. Tell me that wouldn't end nastily. Okay, I now know who Shalana Lama is. Thank you for letting me know, because I was thinking it was someone else. So go ahead and comment. I won't block you. So I won't give any details about the search and who it was for, but there were a lot of different organizations on the ground there, including some members of Ground Search and Rescue from a different area that happened to be members that searched for Jack and Lilly as well. And there were some really interesting conversations that were had. And in the end, they were very respectful to Malaya and gave her a hug. And I will leave it at that. There is a lot of misinformation out there, like I've said. It's predominantly being put out by the same group of people over and over and over again. And it is not helping the case in any way. I'm not sure how Scott and Mike Dumbass Deman and Anita think that they're helping in any way by pushing out complete and utter lies and bullshit, and then having the audacity to try to dox me, Shannon Ramsey Hoyt, when I'm the only one that seems to try to be putting out actual facts. So Scott's in London, not in Nova Scotia. Mike DeMann is dancing around with the ladyboys in Thailand, waiting for Anita to come. So, yeah. The internet is a very interesting place. It is very difficult, Anise, to go after people for their opinions. So, on the note, based on Scott's last live, like I said, where he encouraged people to call message him for my telephone number and to mass report me to Child Protective Services. He also said, as I mentioned, that this is my name. Not sure where they got that from. And that I was somehow related to one of the organizers for Cheryl's GoFundMe. And it was also mentioned that Cheryl wasn't injured, that it was a fraudulent GoFundMe, and that Cheryl doesn't even work. Well, what a shock. Scott was wrong again. Cheryl does work. She has a great job. And I'll just say it helps her community, unlike what you do, Scott. I'm just wondering, how much money are you making off your illegal business out of your home in which you manufacture marijuana products and ship them internationally? You like to point the fingers at everyone else. Maybe you should have a little look in the mirror. Maybe the London Police Service have you on their radar. And maybe the RCMP have you on their radar too. They're just waiting for you to come over and visit. Come on over. Come on down. All right. So let's go into those pictures. Bear with me. And I will warn you, these are not for the faint of heart. And if you are not comfortable with wounds and staples, then look away. But in the interest of maintaining transparency and truth, which is lacking, I asked Cheryl permission to share these images, so I am going to. So here's the one while she is in a coma, unconscious. Here is the surgery after the surgery she had on her shoulder. And Cheryl, if you're watching, please feel free to explain.
Lindsay Jonesville.
Oh, bad timing. You're going to need to call me back. I'm doing a live right now. Okay. All right. This one, I believe, is of her stomach. Was this to do with, I know you had several broken bones in your pelvis area.
Lindsay Jones.
I'm doing a live right now. Okay, I'll call you back. You will? Okay. Bye. That was the shoulder that I showed before. So image file. So when people like Scott Priestap say she wasn't even injured and it was a fake GoFundMe and that I was involved, which I wasn't, because again, did not meet Cheryl and Malaya until February of this year. I did not meet Cheryl and Malaya or any of the family members until February of this year. And my last name is not Hoyt. So if Scott is willing to lie about this, what else is he going to lie about? Ask yourselves that. He lies about my name. He lies about Cheryl and her injury. He lies about everyone in this case. So what do you say, Scott? You want to retract your report to the GoFundMe that was fraudulent? You're pathetic. You're pathetic. You've got to come after me. You're going to come after me because you can't find your own content. Because no one will talk to you except for Wolfie and probably Daleen. Are you all part of the monsters now? Anything for clicks and views, huh? So yeah, that was, according to Scott, Cheryl's non-injuries. All right. Shall we listen to Daleen? Or should we listen to Chrissy first? 1 for Daleen, 2 for Chrissy. Let me know what you think. And just because I feel like it, I'm going to put this up just for you, Wolfie and Charmaine, just as a reminder for what you allowed to happen on your channel. Should I put the... I'll turn it way up for you.
Fuck you, shenanigans. Fuck you, shenanigans. Fuck you, shenanigans. Fuck you, shenanigans. Fuck you, shenanigans.
One more time.
Fuck you, shenanigans. 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 Fuck you, shenanigans.
I'll just let that sit with you guys for a little while. So when people say, don't get involved with the drama, don't get sucked in, it's pretty difficult to do that when you have channels out there that continuously try to put you down, call you names, get your children taken away, And I tried being nice. I tried to let it slide. I tried to ignore. It doesn't work. So I will just fight fire with fire. Speaking of fire, apparently, when I said to Daleen to call off her dogs, to stop Chrissy Travers and the crew of the Monsters of Sabotage, when I told her to have them stop making videos about me, and if they didn't, I would release my audio that I have. She claimed I was trying to extort her. No, no, no. I was trying to negotiate with you. However, you like to deny that you don't have a crew. You don't have people working for you. But that's not true, is it? We know from the discussions with Darren that you work quite closely with them. And from the 6 hours of audio that I have, it's quite clear that you work with quite a few people. And you are purposely trying to get me to stop talking about this case, which I will not. Not sure what your purpose is, but we're going to play a few things. And then I'm going to play Chrissy Travers admitting that she works for you. So, one moment, please. Now, I do have 6 hours of audio, right? So, I'm not going to play it all. I'm going to play some key points that I feel are important as to why I have an issue with how she deals with things. She is a lawyer, allegedly. Not entirely convinced myself. I mean, who knows? See, the thing was, I was going to take her to court, as were others. But the thing is, all she has is a lame horse. Nay. All right. So let me go to the first clip. I will interject here and say that his last name is Priestap, not Perstap. Can you not hear it at all? No sound. What about? I have backup. Don't worry. One moment. I know. I was muted. I'm always muted. One moment, please. You back now? Okay.
I like the dress.
Thank you.
You look like a back.
I'm just on a live right now. All right. Give me a minute so I can reformat it and listen to it a different way. I won't let you down. Don't worry. Still no sound. Jesus fuck. All right, let's try again. Is that karma? Well, my Lou, Daleen, karma's coming. Don't worry. Okay. I'm just going to drag it into media, and that'll be the best way. In the meantime, while we wait for it to load into my media stream, I don't even know what VLC is. Come on. So I'll bring this up first while this is uploading, because I thought it was pretty relevant to, some of the people involved in the case that like to talk about things. So this guy is from Caribou. I'm going to take myself off the screen. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys all know. First, I'm going to cover this. So, as usual, Jack and Lilly are at the forefront of the RCMP in Nova Scotia. And I'm going to scroll down to this particular guy who got arrested in Caribou. Oh, look, RCMP be doing the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You should join the club that Daniel and his buddies are in. All right. Nope, not that one. Sorry. It is... Here we go. So for those of you in Pictou County, the reason why I want to bring this up is because they believe that there is likely more victims. The population of Caribou as of 2024 was 103 people. Half of them are Kent's family members. So All right, Sky Painter, I see you. The Nova Scotia RCMP Provincial Internet Child Exploitation Unit has charged a Central Caribou man following an investigation involving sexual abuse and exploitation material. In April, the RCMP's Provincial Internet Child Exploitation Unit was notified by a social media platform that CSAEM was being transmitted through its service. On July 22nd, members of the Provincial Internet Child Exploitation Unit and RCMP Digital Forensic Services. Hear that, people? Digital Forensic Services, with assistance from the Pictou County District RCMP and the Pictou County Integrated Street Crime Enforcement Unit, executed a search warrant at a residence on Glen Road East in Central Caribou, right around the corner from Monsieur Le Corbet. Electronic devices and firearms were seized. As a result of the investigation, Stephen Frederick Nelson, 67, of Central Caribou, has been charged with possession of child SA abuse and exploitation material, 2 counts, transmitting child SA and exploitation material, unlicensed possession of a firearm, and unsafe storage of a firearm. Nelson has been remanded into custody. His next court appearance, for anyone who wants to attend, is July 28th. Investigators believe additional victims who are now adults may have been targeted by Nelson, dating back several years. So, if you happen to look up Stephen Nelson and his friend list, you may or may not be surprised to see who's on there. I implore you to do so. Birds of a feather flock together. All right. Again, Stephen Nelson, Caribou. Name and shame. Name and shame. All right. If you're playing a video from your computer, turn the player's volume to 100%, turn Windows volume to 100%, and Streamlabs increase desktop audio default. And that's done. And that is done. Hey, Sherry, welcome in. You're not muted, Mylu. Yeah, it's a great. Mylu, rewind, be kind, and rewind. This is about Jack and Lily and bringing to attention all the BS and all the disruptors and all the people that are putting out misinformation consistently without stopping since they put their lovely little faces out there. So that's why. Oh, it's from ChatGPT. Yeah. I'm a fan. Okay. Yeah. One moment. What I might do, actually. I hate technology. All right. Of course, this is going to be a douchebag. Let's see if the Durwood clips are just as bad. Otherwise, I'm going to take an intermission and download VLC. Is that what I need to do, Damien? Somebody tell me. Stop screen and share. Let's see if it's in here. Okay. I think possibly. Well, it's being a real pain in my bottom. All right. Share. I think I didn't have also share the system audio on there, which doesn't help. All right. I am a pain in my own ass. All right, let's try this.
Because there's a lot of
Can you
stuff
hear it
here,
now?
and
you know, sometimes it takes a long time for me to read before I can say something to him, right? So I'm sorry that it's taking this long or whatever. He says,
Can
no,
you
I'm just
hear
filled
now?
with rage. He says, it sounds like she never loved those children
Hallelujah.
and like that she could be capable.
All right.
From your mom. I'm like, I've seen pictures of Jordan's mom. I've seen Jordan. Even like if you wrote it in a book, it'd be like a 12,000 page book.
I've literally heard it all now. This is insanity.
I know,
This is
But apparently
insanity.
that's why Frances hates Margie. So Frances hates her own daughter. She calls her the devil incarnate.
Yeah.
And she has nothing to do with her. Margie hates Mandy. Margie and Mandy have been having a big public battle. Apparently, Mandy is getting all the child benefits for the children and keeping the money and not giving Margie anything to raise these 5 kids with. And now Margie's like freaking out. But I mean, I don't know.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
You can't make this up. You can't make it up. It's so crazy. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. That all the things that's with this case. It is like gonna go down in Nova Scotia folklore. Like, this is insanity.
Well, and this is the thing is how many people, like, I think I talked to you about this before. There's like 100 people that we could say on a first name basis if we went through all the people who could be connected here,
Mhm.
here, do all that. And out of that 100, there's got to be at least 4 or 5 that are undercover agents. So I don't go around looking for that scenario,
Mhm.
but it is always in the back of my mind, like with Chrissy's weird behavior, with AB's weird behavior. Like, I thought AB was out of the US. Turns out he's in Ontario.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh my God, he could easily, like that. It's crazy because his last name's Pursnap.
His last name's not Pursnap, and her following comment is irrelevant because he's not. His last name isn't Pursnap.
He used information that wasn't true. He misrepresented conversations. He basically said he was there. Here,
Mhm.
here, do all that. And out of that 100, there's got to be at least 4 or 5 that are undercover agents. So I don't go around looking for that scenario,
Mhm.
but it is always in the back of my mind, like with Chrissy's weird behavior, with AB's weird behavior. Like, I thought AB was out of the US. Turns out he's in Ontario.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh my God, he could easily, like that. It's crazy because his last name's Pursnap. That was the last head of the FBI. I don't know if you've ever looked up the Pursnaps.
No.
Like the head of the FBI in the US was Pursnap for like 25 years. And
It would make a lot of sense. It would make a lot of sense. Because I couldn't quite put my finger on why his YouTube was the way it was. Something about it was not quite right, but I couldn't figure out what it was.
yeah. And like, what's her name? Jolene Johnson, who had a bit of a time over here. She has been implicated throughout Canada. She's a private investigator that has the rivalry with Chrissy. She's been implicated throughout Canada for being hired by the Hells Angels to interfere in investigations in order to make sure that crimes aren't solved. She's a PI who works for all the wrong reasons.
Right.
She works actively to obstruct files. So it's like...
Could Chrissy be that? But for the other side?
Yeah, for the Hells Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that none of their members are ever implicated in things.
Mm.
So that makes me think, like, okay, is Chrissy doing the same thing? Like, she seems to be working for Darren and Kent. Like, even after the last Hidden in the Fog, I had a phone call with Ange and Chrissy. And Ange was like...
Just 1 second. I'm just going to rewind that for those who may not have heard that correctly.
Over here. She has been implicated throughout Canada. She's a private investigator that has the rivalry with Chrissy. She's been implicated throughout Canada for being hired by the Hells Angels to interfere in investigations in order to make sure that crimes aren't solved. She's a PI who works for all the wrong reasons.
Right.
Works actively to obstruct files. So it's like...
Could Chrissy be that? But for the other side?
Yeah, for the Hells Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that none of their members are ever implicated in things.
Mm.
So that makes me think like, okay, is Chrissy doing the same thing? Like she seems to be working for Darren and Kent. Like even after the last Hidden in the Fog, I had a phone call with Ange and Chrissy. And Ange was like, wow, I think Darren did a pretty good job. And I was like, we don't do video chat or else I would have done that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, there was nothing good about that.
Mm-hmm.
He threw him in the bus. He used information that wasn't true. He misrepresented conversations. He basically said he was there. Like, what about that was good?
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me blow some steam off with you.
No, you're fine. It's your turn next time, though.
Yeah, just call. I mean, I think I talked to another lawyer today. I got a second legal opinion on our filings. I think I'm good to go. We're going to be shipping everything out over the next 12 hours. I've got a second lawyer for trial. Like she'll come on to the case.
Bless you.
Thank you. She's originally from Nova Scotia, and she was called in Nova Scotia and practiced there for a while before coming to BC. So she has more, you know, she knows the other lawyer. She knows Malaya's lawyer. She went to law school with people in the firm that Malaya's lawyer used to come from. And
that sounds like a conflict of interest to me. But what do I know? Let's see. By leaving them out in the open to be screaming and crying in a hotel. I would say do your due diligence too. I'll see what I can find out, but don't ask Chrissy.
No, I can't. Yeah, trust me, I don't ask her anything. I mean, I asked her to take on the tip for Idaho because that was the point of my story earlier, is I really felt like afterwards that Durwood was trying to set me up to be the person who would have this information, so it would take away from my credibility when it was found out to be false.
Yeah. And I saw straight through that. It was the most bullshit thing I'd ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Like everything about it made zero sense. So the police came and did a wellness check, checked on the children, and then they were still there that night. Fuck off. Like, what? What? No. Missing children were out in the open in a hotel for 3 nights. Come on. Come on. Like, no.
Yeah.
You're not human trafficking children by leaving them out in the open to be screaming and crying in a hotel room for everyone to hear and see. And then having a police wellness check and then staying there another fucking night. Give me a break.
Yeah.
No.
So what should we be focusing on right now? I mean, I'm finishing up with my documents, but once I'm out of that, what should I be looking for?
The toolbox. What the hell is that about?
Oh, you want to know the whole story? Okay, big story. I came to Durwood with the fact that, and it wasn't a theory, it's a concern that I have, that Daniel seems to, and there was 10 examples, Daniel seems to be setting Jordan up for something. So I was able to find a text message early on between Cheryl and Daniel, where Cheryl, well, it wasn't between just them, it was in one of the small chat rooms that we had at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And Cheryl was saying, she said that Jordan was Daniel's best friend and that Daniel went to his house every day for lunch when they worked at the mill.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan swears this isn't true. So I told Jordan, I said, well, then someone has started that as a rumor. Because
Darren said that.
Right. Darren was the one who said that.
Yeah.
Fuck. So
Yeah.
then
Darren said that.
So that's one of the things that I was like, okay, well, you know, at least Jordan says that's not true. The other one was Daniel was painting his fence green after he built the fence, and he ran out of paint. So he came to Jordan's house and he borrowed paint from Jordan. But now if investigators go and look at whose paint cans are at Daniel's house for painting that fence, it all goes back to Jordan. And now have Jordan's fingerprints on it. Jordan's the one, you know, it goes back to Jordan. The next one is
Side note, because I'm a squirrel and I'm looking at the chat. Jeff Hack, double A.
when I called in the death threat against Daniel's life, rather than Daniel stay at his house and take care of himself, he ran over to Jordan's house for Jordan to care for him and stayed with Jordan for 24 hours.
Is this when apparently Jordan got completely fucked up and Daniel was dragging him by his feet?
Daniel didn't drag him by his feet. Daniel picked him up like a baby, carried him.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But Wolfie says that he drug him by the feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably because you think he heard that version from Darren.
Yeah.
And then the next one was the toolbox, but it was never about a toolbox. It was that when I was talking to Jordan on the phone one day, I said, have you talked to Dan? He said, yeah, he was here today. He was helping me with something the other day and I couldn't find my tools. So he stopped by and he gave me a bunch of tools. And he said, then this way you don't have to go looking for them because Jordan's got his dad's barn and he's got all these other outbuildings. And so he wasn't keeping all of his tools together. And I said, oh, Jordan, he brought a bunch of tools over. Could you go and have a look and see if there's a wrench in those tools? And he's like, why? And I'm like, because he mentions it in the police records. And if he had this wrench, he's saying that they put it in the door. They're saying Malaya's talking about it. Like the wrench is a big deal to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know, wrenches can be like a little wrench or they can be a 40-pound pipe wrench.
Yeah.
So if the wrench was like a 40-pound pipe wrench and it was on top of the door sill somehow and the door opened, that could crush, hurt, or kill a child. And then if that happened, then what a great way to get rid of the tool than to go and give it to your buddy Jordan and leave it at his house and then it gets found there.
Yeah.
And Jordan was like, holy shit, I never thought of that. Come with me. So we were on video chat. So he takes me outside, shows me that it was a bucket, like a white pail of tools, but no wrenches in there. Just assorted other tools. Screwdrivers. I don't even think there was a hammer in there. Wrenches, just a bunch of tools. And so when I was saying this to Durwood about all the reasons on why I think Daniel's lining them up, then the other thing is like Daniel's, they say Brad Turner was the one who started the rumor, but then Christine Inrig did it in her chats with Daniel Martel. They started talking about a beaver dam. Well, the whole pond at Foxbrook on the property started with a beaver dam that Darren and Jordan blocked up that created the lake. So I'm like, and then the fact that something happened. Remember when something happened at the mill?
When the cops went there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd asked Jordan, I said, is the pond accessible from the mill or from the, what do you say that junkyard is next door? And he was like, actually both. He said, if you were on either one of those properties, you would be able to access the lake or the pond. And I'm like, so So did he come and go through the wrecking yard or come and go through the mill and dump the kids' bodies in the pond? And now if the kids' bodies are found in the pond, it's going to be going back to Jordan again, right? So I had the 10 points or whatever.
Yeah.
And out of all of that whole package, he went and talked to Chrissy about it afterwards, which I thought was interesting. And him and Chrissy hatched up a plan that they would call Major Crimes and ask about the toolkit, the toolbox, which I thought was just a container of tools. I didn't realize was a toolbox. There must be more tools than just what I thought.
Yeah.
And
it's not a bucket. He said it's a toolbox buried under 3 feet of snow. So,
but it's the ice cream bucket pail that's actually under the 3 feet of snow. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So then Darren says the next day, like, he called Chrissy and I all excited and said, yeah, I just got off the phone with John.
So I just want to clarify. They all talk together. They all share tips. Chrissy's behind Monsters of Sabotage, but Daleen doesn't have a crew. Is anyone else seeing a problem with this? So does anybody else see an issue with when I say to Daleen, tell your monsters to back off? Why I feel that she could have the power to do that? They all talk on the daily. And I'm going to take a little break because I need a cigarette just listening to this bullshit. We will finish that up. There's a couple of other clips I want you to hear. And then we're going to go on to a couple of videos about Chrissy Travers. I won't say what your nickname is. But there's way more where this comes from. And it's not extortion. I'm a YouTube creator. I am here for Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who are missing, and I am not playing your fucking games anymore. On that note, I'm going for a cigarette. I'm going to pause this. I shall put on the 4-minute intermission. And I shall be back with more audio from Daleen, Chrissy Travers, and Derwood O'Grady. See you in a few. Daleen is talking to me, Janie. And I am a content creator, and anybody who calls me like Anita or Daleen or anyone else should expect to be recorded. 1 moment. I will see you in 4 minutes. Go make a cup of tea, smoke a cigarette, and I'll be back. 4 minutes and 7 seconds.
Sometimes I feel like I'm in a play and I don't know my part. Maybe if we meet again, I can make a start. Still wasn't so cold in this bottom of mine. When my eyes close, they're overanalyzed. The weight on the shoulders, the thorn in the side. Taking me slowly to the borderline. It was so long ago, but still I'm traumatized. I don't even know the light before my eyes. The weight on the shoulders, the thorn in the side. No one knows what it's like to be like me. And no one knows the effect it had on me. No one knows what it's like to be like me. And no one knows but me. Think about you every day, where you are.
I'm back. Let me just go through a few of your comments. All right, it is all so strange, Shy. It does make you wonder why this is all happening. What is the purpose of it all? And yeah, I told you I'll burn it all down. You want to keep coming after me, trying to figure out my name, figure out where I live, send Patriot Girl, who lives in Medicine Hat, Alberta. You know, it's funny that Chrissy used to live in Nova Scotia and now she lives in Alberta. I wonder if her and Wolfie and everyone else, maybe they all went to the same rehab together. Daylene, you were addicted to crack cocaine. Is that where you met all of these people? And that's a fact. I have that on recording too. All right. So many webs in this case. Yes, there is. One moment. There is a phone ringing in the other room that I must check. Sorry, burner phone was going. All right. Yeah. You are utterly and completely confused. So am I. Because all I'm trying to do is get to the truth. And I can't seem to get there because people are putting out absolute garbage, like I mentioned at the beginning of my video. Like Cheryl was never seriously injured, or that the children stayed over at Brian Ward's place, or that Hayden and Emily were seen by Brandon Lemieux. You're next, buddy. You all can take your cease and desists and shove them. You messaged me. You reached out to me. You emailed me and asked me to put out your stuff. Can't retract it now, can you? Yeah. All right. Should I play the part where she talks about talking to Harley Gwindon, or should I save that for another time and go over to Chrissy? Again, 6 hours of audio I have. Do I know when Paul left Nova Scotia? He left as soon as his sentence was done because he was banned. I think I will make it a series. So I don't think it was either. I really came into this extremely naive. I thought that all the creators were like me and that they were looking for truth and justice for Jack and Lilly to find out where they are and what happened to them. Slowly over time, they have revealed that that's not what it's about. It's about taking down your competition and putting out anything it takes to get clicks and views and money. Did you know that Sunny in 2024 was making $3,400 a month on YouTube before Jack and Lilly? Maybe that's what it's about. Yeah. I'm going to go on to where Chrissy says that she's working on behalf of Daleen Thomas. And then I'm going to play Darren saying he wants to take a little walk with Brad Wong. Because another thing that Trail Hiker, AB's moderator, who sent me a very long message saying how sorry they were for all of the abuse I was getting. And then when I said, funny you should say that, here are some screenshots of you verbally abusing me. And what do you think their response was? To gaslight me and turn the tables. So Trail Hiker wants to say I'm friends with Darren Geddes. I would say that I have been the most vocal anti-Darren person on YouTube since I came out. So not sure how we can be friends when he called me a whore, a slut, horse-faced bitch. He's the one that come out with that one. Stupid, that I didn't know anything about this case, and that he was working alongside Daleen and Chrissy, and they were working on proving that Anita had something to do with this. And again, I have an immense amount of information on Anita Maxwell and her husband, Jamie Taylor. I wonder if Anita's watching right now. So you must be pretty upset that Wade went back and is living with Cindy and doesn't have any time for you whatsoever and thinks that you're a lying psychopath. I guess you ruined your chances. I guess you ruined your chances, Anita. I think that's what it was all about all along, was to turn Wade against Cindy so you could have him all to yourself. I wonder what Jamie thinks about that. All right. Right. I would like you all to listen to the hypocrisy, hypocrisy. See what I did there? And listen to Chrissy describe the monsters of sabotage and what they represent. Good thing they removed some of their videos so they wouldn't look like such hypocrites. And yes, let's not forget that Daleen and Belinda pushed Anita on me. They wanted me to have her on my live and interview her. Yeah. I was born at night, not last night. Welcome back, Paul.
By 11 of us, 9 of which are Scotians. Basically, it was a desperate act to combat the crazy and to bring finding Lilly and Jack center stage again. People were acting like complete savages by feasting on those of us actually trying to locate Jack and Lilly. Not only was the chaos a complete bullshit waste of precious time, but it also started diminishing our faith in humanity. I mean, what would the world look like if everyone just stopped caring because they were too scared of being personally, financially, and professionally sabotaged?
You and I have spoken prior to this interview, and in some of those conversations, you have said that your work is about exposing people who may know something and those who may be creating distraction. What does that mean to you?
If something is in your way, you get rid of it. For us, speaking up is a way to ask questions that matter without feeling like concerns are being ignored. The goal is to better understand what happens with innocent children, while also encouraging accountability and more respectful behavior in these discussions. Basically, the individuals in this case who seem to interfere with how.
No, that is right, Belinda. You never asked me to put Anita on my channel, but you did ask me to speak to her. And I would like to know how Anita got to you. Daleen, however, did ask me to put Anita on my channel. And after I met with her and I realized she was batshit crazy, I said, hell no. This is not a dig at you, Belinda. This is a dig at the fact that people have been pushing stories onto me since day one, wanting me to put out narratives that are not accurate and that are harming the case for your missing grandchildren. And you know that from day one, I've been Team Jack and Lilly, and that's all I'm trying to do. And I am extremely tired of the BS out there and the flack that I get and others get when we are actually trying to find the truth. It's not helping.
Information is shared. Unfortunately, this can lead to groups forming to target others, to try to discredit others. And this is all seeming to be moving at a snail's pace now, so it's time to get back to what really matters. Now that we've got that out of the way, I mean, for a while it was kind of like, who wants to get at who, but now it's slowly getting back to where it needs to be, which is Jack and Lily. I mean, it was a pissing contest there for a while, and, we just showed basically our face, and that what we stood for was that we're anti-bullying, we don't appreciate it, it's childish, and now hopefully people have gotten a hint that, we're going to put them on a pedestal and show everybody what they're really doing. Because, I mean, it's the only way to make them stop. These people have been asked nicely, they've been approached in every kind of way you can imagine, but they persist on being mean and trying to hurt the people that are really helping the case. And the level of sabotage that these people have gone through and the lengths that they have gone to make people's lives miserable in order to protect what that person has to say from getting out, it's just incredible. I have to ask yourself, why? Why go through such great length to destroy people on so many levels? For what? What is the end game?
Exactly, Chrissy. Why go to such great lengths to destroy people? It's a distorted audio. However, Lynchy True Crime was able to unscramble some of it. And based on some additional videos and audio I have of Chrissy, you will be able to determine that it is her.
I would say that they need to understand that Lilly and Jack need to be the focus. These any cat fights and all the malicious gossip or any of the other nasty debauchery, I mean, do better. Seriously, do better.
Better.
Or, I
Indeed.
mean, you too could be the next dishonorable mention in an upcoming video for all to see. I mean, it's up to you.
Oh, you know, just living the dream out here, you know, like everyone else. But I just wanted to say thanks so much for all your coverage and everything that you do. It's totally appreciated out here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. What are your thoughts? Which case are you following? Jack, Lilly, or both?
Right now, I'm following the Jack and Lilly case. I'm looking into it on behalf of a lawyer, Daleen Thomas.
Okay.
And I just found it really interesting during this whole case that it's.
So hang on. Should I rewind that for you? She is looking into the case on behalf of lawyer Daleen Thomas. I'll rewind it for you. Just one moment.
Okay.
And I just found it really interesting during this whole case that it's been like project obstruction, you know, with both sides attacking one another and getting in the way of information, withholding things, the attacks, the cyberbullying. You know, it's just kind of gotten to a point now where I'm questioning what the whole objective of that is.
Moving can be a stressful experience, but when it's across the country, it can get complicated and expensive.
Well, now they're asking for just under $5,100. Originally, it was $1,630.
Chrissy Travers hired a moving company to move her 2-bedroom apartment to Calgary. She claims she's now being asked to pay a much higher amount than originally quoted.
The word I've gotten is from their accounting department, just stating that now my price has been tripled.
Global News spoke with a booking agent from Smartway Moving who handled Travers' account. According to the company, the original quote was generic and based on an estimated amount for a 2-bedroom apartment. In the end, the wait was much higher than originally expected.
I mean, I totally get where she's coming from. A lot of people don't realize like how much they have until they move. Again, this was a generic quote. Her and I never really got onto the phone and discussed exactly what she was moving. It was more like, okay, let's get this booked in, let's get it done. And I sent her the information.
If at all possible, you should work with a company that can actually visit your location in person and do a quote based on the belongings that you actually have. It's really important to realize that any estimate that you get over the phone when the company hasn't seen the actual physical premises and your belongings, that's really just an estimate. There is no way to know over the phone how much stuff you actually have.
Travers still feels she did her homework.
And I'm a businesswoman and I dot my I's and cross my T's, and this is absolutely out of the ordinary for me.
Smartway says Travers' belongings are currently en route to Calgary. They have offered to reweigh the load for free and say they have set up payment plans in the past with customers. Alexa McLean, Global News, Halifax.
Yeah. One sec.
An upcoming video for all to see. I mean, it's up to you.
Oh, just living the dream out here, like everyone else. But I just wanted to say thanks so much for all your coverage and everything that you do. It's totally appreciated out here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. What are your thoughts? Which case are you following? Jack, Lilly, or both?
Right now, I'm following the Jack and Lilly case. I'm looking into it on behalf of a lawyer, Daleen Thomas.
Okay.
And I just found it really interesting during this whole case that it's been like project obstruction,
Okay.
with both sides attacking one another and getting in the way of information, withholding things, the attacks, the cyberbullying. It's just kind of gotten to a point now where I'm questioning what the whole objective of that is.
Moving can be a stressful experience, but when it's across the country, it can get complicated and expensive.
Well, now they're asking for just under $5,100. Originally, it was $1,630.
Chrissy Travers hired a moving company to move her 2-bedroom apartment to Calgary. She claims she's now being asked to pay a much higher amount than originally quoted.
The word I've gotten is from their accounting department.
So she underestimated her weight of her furniture on her move from Nova Scotia to Alberta by about 4,000 pounds. And she's blaming the moving company for charging her for the weight that they were moving across country. Just making sure that that's what I'm hearing here. So again, Daleen, are you saying that Chrissy is lying when she says that she's looking into the case on your behalf? So she's working for you. But you can't tell her to stop making Monsters of Sabotage videos. Right. Okay. We will save the rest of Daleen and Chrissy's audio for another day, but I would like to place a little something for those who seem to think that I'm friends with Darren Geddes. Now, would I play this audio clip? I could potentially get him in a little bit of trouble if he was my friend. One moment, please. Delusional indeed. Makes you wonder what else she could be delusional about and what other things she could be inaccurate about. Let's just get the hypocrisy off the here, and I'll put up Durwood, their other agent. Doubt it. No offense. She's probably going to sue them. That's what they like to do.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not bad. Just wondering, what time did you pick up the kids at the side of the road?
Oh, it was about 5 o'clock. I took them to the Dairy Queen.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You covering for Jordan?
They're back now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Sweet.
You're talking about my grandkids, right?
No, I'm talking about Jack and Lilly.
Oh, you silly bugger. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another cranker. If you don't, you're a fucking idiot.
No, I will gladly do that if that's what you
And
want.
by the way, I'm not one of these fucking pussies. Listen, I'm going to tell you something else that pissed me off. You shooting off. If me and Brad Wong ever got together, I'd be, listen, Brad Wong couldn't fucking handle me. I'm an old man. He couldn't handle me on his best day, Darryl. You don't know me.
I believe it.
Brad Wong wouldn't go 10
I
fucking
saw you at
seconds
the
with me,
vigil. I saw you at the vigil. I know you could probably take him.
Listen and laugh about it.
It's nervous. It's nervous laughter, Darren. I'm sorry. It's just
Brad Wong.
Yeah.
And by the way, Brad Wong's been playing both sides of the story too.
Oh, I know. I don't talk to him anymore.
He hasn't done anything really wrong, but he's not reliable. So anyway, I got nothing against Brad Wong, but any fucking time Brad Wong wants to, if he grows a set of balls and he wants to take a walk with me, I'll do it for fun.
Wow.
So anyway, the best thing you can fucking well do is what I just told you. If you
Okay.
don't like it, too fucking bad. And I'm going to keep going anyway. I'm going to clear Cindy and fucking Malaya and clear all of us anyway, because I'm going to tell you something. Daniel Martel never shipped those fucking kids out. Malaya never shipped those kids out. Janie never shipped those kids out. Cindy never shipped those kids out. So that's the end of it.
Okay. I will speak to Cindy. I did speak to her tonight. She did say that if I went with her, she would. One more time for those in the back.
If you don't, you're a fucking idiot.
No, I will gladly do that if that's what you
And
want.
by the way,
Also, sorry, Brad. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I did endure 24 minutes of him calling me every name under the book and or in the book rather, and sometimes you got to say things to get information. I hope you understand.
not one of these fucking pussies. Listen, I'm going to tell you something else that pissed me off. You shooting off. If me and Brad Wong ever got together, I'd be, listen, Brad Wong couldn't fucking handle me. I'm an old man. He couldn't handle me on his best day, Darryl. You don't know me.
I believe it.
Brad Wong wouldn't go 10
I
fucking
saw you at
seconds
the
with me,
vigil. I saw you at the vigil. I know you could probably take him.
Listen and laugh about it.
It's nervous. It's nervous laughter, Darren. I'm sorry. It's just
Brad Wong.
Yeah.
And by the way, Brad Wong's been playing both sides of the story too.
Oh, I know. I don't talk to him anymore.
He hasn't done anything really wrong, but he's not reliable. So anyway, I got nothing against Brad Wong, but any fucking time Brad Wong wants to, if he grows a set of balls and he wants to take a walk with me, I'll do it for fun.
Wow.
So anyway, the best thing you can fucking well do is what I just told you. If you don't like it, too fucking bad. And I'm going to keep going anyway. I'm going to clear Cindy and fucking Malaya and clear all of us anyway, because I'm going to tell you something. Daniel Martel never shipped those fucking kids out.
You know what I think? I think it may possibly, in my opinion, speculation only, have been Darren who shipped those kids off. And obviously, Brad. I know what you did to Ron. I suspect the same thing would be the result for old Mr. Rosacea. So, again, I hope you understand. Sometimes you got to say things to get people to open up. But I'd never burn you. I gave you the heads up. Now you know. Now you know. If you want to hear his full audio clip and subject your ears to possible bleeding. It's a couple videos before this one. So yeah. 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 Hey, Lucky Dice, welcome in. Hope you're well. Yeah. I have been on for 2 hours now, Patricia, and I'm going to call it a night because I think I've covered just about everything I wanted to cover. Trail hiker. I wonder if your buddy, Scott Priestat, knows about the first message he sent me. One moment, please. Yeah, I think that was probably enough for one day. What do you guys think? I know. But I've got to drive one of my daughter's friends home, and it's already 20 to 10, and I've got a big day tomorrow. Can't tell you what it is, but I'm sure you'll hear all about it soon. This, ladies and gentlemen, was just the tip of the iceberg. And I will be back maybe tomorrow night, but maybe not. Depends if I have visitors or not. Anita. Yeah, Anita's going to need a whole show. But let's just say that I have many hours of her screen recording of her where she begins to tell me initially that Malaya was the victim of Daniel and that Daniel was responsible and that Daniel and his brother were responsible. And then it morphed into everyone from there. So it's just a lot to take in. And it did take me a good couple of hours of preparing for this live and getting the audio clips. And thanks to Cheryl for doing the video. They had sent me the pictures, but the video was spot on. And I think I'm going to leave on that note as a reminder for everyone why I do what I do, why you are all here, and it's just a sad state of affairs. But as I said in my thumbnail, you know, this case has brought out the worst in humanity, but it's brought out the best in humanity too. And, you know, the best of humanity is in my chat right now. So I appreciate you all. And let's go out on a positive note. And I will love you and leave you. And I will see you all this week sometime for some more shenanigans. And you know I bring you the tea. Don't say I don't. One moment. Good night, everyone. Love you.
hear the wish.
Aaron Gilpin